Welcome to Wisdom Teachings with Dr. Amanda Love. Today's topic, remembering your future. Remembering your future. What if you knew that you were capable of achieving whatever it is that you desire, even if from where you stand now it feels confusing, scary, or overwhelming? If somehow you saw the path of your future self, the one that had already accomplished whatever it is you are currently wanting to do. Imagine the sense of confidence you would feel in the knowing that you already did whatever it is you are working towards now. That you already somehow, some way did it. And now you know it can and has been done by you. Perhaps you don't know all of the details, but you've glimpsed that it's possible, and beyond possible, that you literally have already found the way, already walked the steps, figured all the things out that you now know. Just like you know what you did yesterday, last week, and last year, you also somehow know what you did tomorrow, next week, and next year. Perhaps this seems far stretched for some of you. After all, it appears that time goes in one linear direction and that you can only know what has happened in the past. You may wonder how you could possibly know what happens in the future from where you stand now. Perhaps this seems far stretched for some of you. After all, it appears that time goes in one linear direction and that you can only know what has happened in the past. You may wonder how you could possibly know what happens in the future from where you stand now. But what if you can? What if you can remember your future just like you remember your past? You may argue that the future hasn't happened yet, so how could you know it? But how do you know for certain that the future hasn't happened yet? How do you know for certain that everything isn't happening all at once, but that your awareness is simply tuning into this particular location, which you call your present moment? Just because you've been experiencing life in a certain way doesn't mean that's the only way it is. The conviction that we have of our past experiences is strong. For example, say that you went to the grocery store yesterday to get groceries. If I asked you right now, if you went to the grocery store yesterday, you would be 100% convicted that you did. It would likely be impossible for me to tell you differently. You simply wouldn't believe me because you have 100% knowing that you did. You can see the groceries in your refrigerator as proof. You could say that you are fully confident in what you did yesterday. What if you could use that same skill but for the future? If you were 100% convicted today in what you did tomorrow? If you already knew what you did in the future, it would be impossible for me or anyone else to tell you differently, including your own self. You would have zero doubt in what's possible, what you are capable of, and what's been achieved. While remembering your future equally to remembering your past might not yet seem possible to you, recognizing it's only because you have a belief that life doesn't work this way. You have a belief that life goes in one linear direction, and your belief gets reinforced by you then experiencing life in one linear-like fashion. Entertaining the possibility that perhaps life is happening in all directions might seem like sci-fi. Yet the conviction we feel by the certainty of our experience is a potent determiner of our experience. Getting this and opening into the possibility that perhaps you can experience life in a different order than you've been experiencing it up to this point will clearly provide you with an unshakable certainty of what is. This unshakable certainty will and does manifest your reality, because what we experience as reality is simply what we are certain about. Take anything that you desire to experience or hope for in the future and put it in the forefront of your mind. Perhaps it's financial abundance, a contribution to others, a beach house, a relationship, a healthy body, or really anything else that you desire. Rather than somehow trying to create or manifest this vision, simply tune into how you've already gotten there. Even if you don't yet know all of the details, simply allow yourself to see how you've already done it. Just like you see what you did yesterday, see what you did tomorrow. Also, see how you've previously accomplished things that you once felt like you didn't know how, but that you did accomplish them somehow. See that you can and did. See that you know the path even if the details aren't fully clear. This isn't make-believe, although it might feel like you are making it up at first. Recognize that you have already done this thing that you desire to do or experience. Somehow, some way, you've already accomplished this. Feel how good it feels to arrive, and also how good it feels to know that you already know how to arrive. What we know, we experience. What we feel uncertain about, we hope and pray will work out, which never feels good because our locus of power is outside of us. Knowing is self-generated. It doesn't come from your experience. It comes from you, and then it penetrates your experience. You can simply just decide to have conviction in whatever it is you want. You don't need to wait for some special knowledge or experience first, unless you want to. When you come from your future self that has already achieved what you desire to now, there is no special thing you will tell yourself per se. Rather, it's simply the knowingness of, well, of course that's how it is. Let your future self be the vibrational blueprint of completion for you. When you do, there will be nothing stopping you because the only thing that ever stops us are our doubts. When you simply know, you take actions inside of that knowing, which you know will lead to what you already know has been accomplished. In this way, you can just relax and enjoy the ride. Your conviction is what is steering the ship. The completion has already been taken care of. Life is the experience of the details in between the two now moments. You get to experience those details in whatever way you would like, but when you come from conviction, it is often a more joyful experience. As always, the choice is yours.